Nevada. He represents Universal Fighters team, athlete from Russia, Makhachkala. Please welcome Kairbek Ibragimov. Wish the sportsman's good luck. Referee in the arena, Damian Sadinov.
Couldn't ask for a better match to get things going here in this Acai Republic versus Universal Fighter Series.
And if you're not familiar with Ibragimov, you may be thinking, oh man, this is a big mismatch. This is not a mismatch. Ibragimov is a serious grappler, very talented, incredible wrestling, and a will to win that's just unmatched.
A veteran of the United World Wrestling Grappling Tournament circuit. The majority of these, well, all Russian and Dagestan grapplers, the majority of the competitions that they are active in tend to be the UWW circuit. You won't see them in the popular American events or events in Brazil or other nations because they have such difficulties in obtaining the visas to travel and compete. But that's not to mean that they aren't world-class. They absolutely are.
They are. And it's a shame that we don't get to see these guys more because they're phenomenal. This Universal Fighters team, honestly, especially in this rule set, was just so much fun to watch in August. They're the returning champions. They're the champions for a reason.
Exactly.
And they believe that they're going to be the champions this weekend. They believe they're walking out of here with this prize. But they got to get through this team first, and this is going to be a crucial matchup. One of the most tightly contested matchups, most evenly matched fighters on this particular team.
Yeah, I feel like this match is going to set the tone for the rest of the series. The result of this one, you know, whichever way it goes. But, you know, you mentioned about how we don't get to see these guys compete so much in international events. It's why I'm so grateful for the AIGA event here in Kazakhstan, because it pits the very best of Brazil against the best of the United States, against the best from Asian nations, against the most elite grapplers from countries such as Dagestan. We could not ask for anything better.
Kennedy really insistent on this double arm drag on the far side. Ibragimov nearly stepped around the side of it, but Kennedy does a good job with his frame.
And I think it's smart as well that Kennedy has not wasted any time in trying to wrestle with Kairbek.
Oh, you know, that's the mistake that Fabricio made.
Exactly, and I'm absolutely certain that Kennedy will have paid close attention to the result of that match. But there's a near guard pass for Kairbek, stepping around to the side.
Well, Kennedy's ability to invert and prevent a guard pass is just going to be second to none, really.
That said, I feel like he's getting a little undisciplined, keeping that knees to torso connection. If he opens up like that and allows Kairbek to step around into this north-south position, he's going to have to be careful. But he seems to have a clear strategy in mind in this interesting grip that you're describing there for a moment, Brandon. But oh, there it is! There's a near stepping over, almost into the mounts.
Just needs to clear that knee, but Kennedy could have a leg entanglement on this other side if he can free his arm. Gets back into the double butterflies, and now with two underhooks from the butterfly. This is a good position, but man, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, you got the double underhooks. You're going to come up and put Kairbek down with your double unders? I don't think so.
Good luck. Oh! Jumps over the hooks, almost into north-south. Kennedy having to wrestle up on a single now, head on the inside in this turtle position. Just over a minute remaining in this match. Can Kennedy out-wrestle Kairbek from this position? Or will we see the Universal Fighters representative keep him on bottom?
Kennedy got to hold on to this leg, drags it up on a single. But now he's on the feet. He's not going to be able to pull guard again if this doesn't work out. Puts him down.
Runs a pipe and back exposure. Manages to get one hook in, throws the far side over, can't see if he's close. Don't think
Oh,
it is.
no, he does not.
Only
He does
one
not.
hook. Rear body lock from this position. In danger of falling off and going forward here. I think the second hook is it. No. Briefly.
Now it is.
Now it is. Body triangle. Wow, that's 3 points for Kennedy. That is
huge.
Good work. Man, I was questioning it. Could Kennedy out-wrestle Gajabek? And he answered perfectly that running the pipe and the single leg, putting Gajabek down, just getting that back exposure and then jumping onto it, opportunistically putting in one hook and then working towards this body triangle. Well, Gajabek's going to just see out the clock now.
It was Gajabek's desire to make sure that he didn't get taken down that exposed the back and ultimately got him scored on.
All right, Gajabek, a little shake of the head there, kind of like I think he recognized his mistake there as he walks back to his corner. But hey, you're Kennedy now. You got to think, all right, I feel good. I just put that guy down. I got a control position. I won that first round of points. That's good. But this is what I was concerned about, was Gajabek kind of stepping around whatever Kennedy's got going here. If he keeps insisting on this attack, he's going to have to really be careful, because Gajabek almost had it there. There was that moment, it was just after this little leg attack. See, he almost got to the north-south, right?
Yeah. But it was that moment that really opened up the opportunity for him to score, though. He came up with the underhook.
There it was.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Comes up on the underhook, grabs the single, gets to his feet, puts Gajabek down on his hip for just a second. Not enough to score, but enough to expose the back.
Brandon, I got to ask you, you identified that grip that Kennedy was going from the front. I saw Dominic Mejia mentioning it to Kennedy as soon as he walked over to the corner. What do you think he's doing with that grip?
Well, he's trying to set up an arm drag and get Gajabek to kind of pull away from him. If he pulls away, it's going to expose an opportunity for him to get under his legs. Now, check this out. Kennedy comes out on the feet.
Oh, wow, he's baiting Gajabek. This is a little bit of gamesmanship from Kennedy. We don't often see him kind of play these tactics, but, he's feeling so good, so confident after that first round, and that's what he wanted. He wanted Gajabek to go forward so that he could pull guard with grips, but again, Gajabek's, for me, I feel like whatever Kennedy's got going on, he's obviously got a clear strategy in mind, but he's going to have to be very, very careful, because it wouldn't take much for Gajabek to penetrate that defense in that sort of late stage and possibly get a pin.
Coming up on the single again. Here comes Kennedy looking to out-wrestle the wrestler. Oh, this could be problems, though. Double underhooks for Gajabek.
It's a strong body lock there.
He's going to suck him in and make that chest contact, try to get his hips close.
And if Kennedy goes down from here, that's 2 points for Gajabek.
Gajabek working himself closer and closer.
Oh, Kennedy puts him down!
Kennedy Maciel! 2-0, gets the big takedown from really an inferior position there.
The way that he was able to hold off Gajabek from that really tough position. Gajabek had such a tight body lock. And now Gajabek, a little bit of exposure. Kennedy's going over the back, but
reverses
look at that.
And reverses it past the guard as well, but it's before the points.
It is before the points, but still, he's on the arm.
Oh my goodness.
Really tight double wrist lock on that arm. Kennedy's got a leg trap kind of deep off here. But this is a perilous position. Oh my word, now we see it. Oh my goodness, triangle with it. That's getting tighter. Pressure, you can see the pressure on Kennedy's face here.
Oh my goodness, and he's bending this body up.
Big pressure through the head and the neck. I know we've seen people go out from this position just from the squeeze, Brandon. This is really dangerous for Kennedy Maciel.
Shades of Jorge Masvidal versus Toby Amada. This could put him out. This could put him out for sure.
Kennedy's tapped. His hands almost tapped there.
He could go to sleep. He could go to sleep here.
Oh, we've seen him in deep positions in the past, but he's able to fight his way out. Can he survive this?
He's still there for
He's
right
still
now.
going.
Getting the exposure on the arm on the other side, though.
Oh, he's got a little bit of space to breathe. Deep breath from Kennedy.
That's the idea. If you're Guy Yerbeck, you want to reach through and grab that tricep on the other side. He's got the right idea, but could he be gassing his own legs out here?
Oh, Kennedy's having to dig deep to survive this.
Oh my
He's
God.
out. He manages to get out of the reverse triangle, but what a position he finds himself in. Oh, your Kennedy, you've got to get that rush of blood to the head after this, and he's just going to have to be sucking up air after being stuck in that triangle.
Finding a way to dig over to the top position. He's going to lock the same play up himself. Getting into this donkey guard here. And we've seen Pato using this position to enter the legs a lot recently.
What a turn of events. Kennedy still riding a 2-point lead. Crab ride to the back.
Goodness. What a play by Maciel. This is the seatbelt.
Kayabek a little bit over-eager and trying to go forward there. Beautiful guard work by Kennedy Maciel, using those hooks, crab ride to this unusual position. Not a scoring position, but he's definitely threatening the bag here. Can Kayabek shake him off?
Oh my goodness, what a great ride on the upper body with those double underhooks.
Kennedy's got no hooks in. He's got 1 foot on the hip. He's sunk one hook in. Far side hook is active. Can he get the bottom one in now?
No, not yet. Gonna use this chair sit maybe to score here, or he might just hang on to this.
Man, your Kennedy Maciel, after all that energy expenditure of defending that reverse triangle, you have to think, you know what? I'm in a good position right here. I got 15 seconds or so left on the clock. I'm just gonna hold on and get my minute rest. But wow, what a round.
And you got to wonder how much did Guy Yerbeck gas his legs out during that attempt, because he was squeezing and stretching.
You have to think he's going to be looking forward to that 1 minute break as well. Wow, what a round. Hey, we said this match was going to be a good one, and it is delivered and then some.
Incredible heart shown by Kennedy Maciel.
After second round, 1 red corner.
Crazy that round was a draw, Brandon. There was 0 points scored on either side. But of course, if let's say, you know, Guy Yerbeck ties the 3rd round and wins on points and it goes to a draw, I mean,
that round was 2-0, right? I think that one was 2-0.
No, you're right. Sorry, Kennedy won 2-0. I'm sorry, I take it back. Yeah, Kennedy's back in the middle. Look at this.
He's ready to rock and roll.
We're not even halfway through the rest period. He's already in the round. He's ready to go.
Look at it. I got my eyes locked with him. He's shaking his head. He's ready to go.
He is ready to go. And look at Guy back in the corner. He's getting fanned down by his corner. There's the beautiful takedown reversal from Kennedy.
Man.
Huge throw there with that double overhooks. Man, you don't often see Dagestanis getting taken for a ride like that, but this triangle was tight.
I mean, that was brutal, getting a full body stretch. That was the play that he needed to make. I'm surprised that he might have just felt like his legs didn't have any squeeze and adjustment left in them. But that was the play that he needed.
Round 3, final round.
All right, here we go.
Man, what a great play.
So Kennedy has 2 rounds in the bag, both by points. Guy Yerbeck, man, what can he do at this point of the match?
Well, you know that Kennedy is just going to be looking to make contact and get to his guard as quickly as possible. There it is.
Yeah.
And now that really puts Guy Yerbeck behind the 8 ball, because he's not only does he have to score in the round, but he has to submit.
Submit to win. Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's not going to get a better look than what he just had. I say that, you never know.
You never know. You never know. But that was a pretty good one. Yeah, I can totally understandable. A little bit of a slower start in this 3rd and final round here. 3 5-minute periods, of course, in each match.
In Acai Republic, you gotta think they may feel a little bit disrespected. Everybody talking about Universal Fighters, returning champion, Universal Fighters. They took out Modolfo. But Acai Republic's the only team that went undefeated through the Champions League to get here into the semifinals.
It's a great point. Great point.
Yeah, Herbeck putting a pretty good amount of pressure on this guard here, but the pass is not going to be enough. Like 3.5 minutes, that's not long to pass the guard of Kennedy Maciel, much less pass the guard, get to a clean finishing position, and then have the energy and the technique left in the bag to actually finish it.
Yeah, and I feel like Kennedy,
He's not in a rush.
Smart. No, he would be smart to conserve his not just his energy, but his movements in general. Because if there's an opportunity for Guyabek, it's going to be in a scramble. It's going to be in a sequence. You know, he's very good at counter-attacking. I feel like Kennedy, if he plays a defensive game, then he's pretty much clear.
Well, what's crazy is that Kennedy has out-wrestled him twice.
Yeah,
and especially that second position. You know, having him come up on a single leg and put him to a hip, that wasn't really a takedown. You know, he exposed the back, but it wasn't what you traditionally call a takedown. Look at this Kennedy wrestling up again on that single. Man, he looks great.
Drags him back into the center of the mat as well. That is great mat awareness by Kennedy Maciel.
That's veteran.
That is
veteran
that
stuff.
is experience right there. And I think that, you know, there it is,
Man.
forcing Guyabek to bail and to spin away, and like a cobra striking its prey, the nickname very apt here, Cabrinha Jr., Kennedy Maciel strikes, attacks the back, and he's going high, possibly looking for a triangle from the back here. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, a triangle from the back is the most likely play here, but I think even more likely than that, we're going to see him spend this next 2 minutes controlling the position, taking his time. He's in no rush here. No reason to open yourself up too much.
Can Kennedy Maciel do what Fabricio Andre was unable to? Can he find the submission against Guyabek Ibragimov of Universal Fighters? Right now, not aggressively searching for the submission, but
he could switch off to this armbar here also.
Yeah, he's passed his grip over the top of the head, but the grips are loose, right? He's not. It's almost like Guyabek is saying, yeah, you know, he's kind of like baiting the arm. He's not.
Well, that's his only chance to make something happen.
Right.
He's gotta force Kennedy to play offense.
Oh, that was nice by Kennedy. Just adjusting position to close the body triangle. 3 points on, very smart.
I think that was a good idea.
Smother choke. Oh man, that's good work from Kennedy right there. He's really working to try and get that rear naked choke now, digging harder. We're seeing it more and more, not in every event, because it's not legal in every event, but in many events, we're seeing that hand covering the mouth. It's such an effective technique in getting people to open up the neck, right?
Yeah. I mean, just the annoyance of it, if nothing else. Like, I can't believe this guy's got the audacity to put his hands all over my face.
I think he might be under the chin. It's over the chin, but that's a potential choke right there. Yeah, he gets to finish. Kennedy Maciel patiently working, squeezing his prey. Another snake analogy, if you will, like an anaconda, just squeezing the air out of its victim, and manages to get the rear naked choke tap against Guyabek Ibragimov. Wow.
What a huge statement by Kennedy Maciel, and he puts this Acai Republic team in the lead. And look at that face.
It took him nearly 15 minutes to crack the defenses, to break through. And in the final 30 seconds of the match, Kennedy Maciel sunk in the rear naked choke for the first submission win here of this series. Acai Republic 1-0.
And now this duel after chokehold. One sportsman from the red corner win, Maciel Kennedy.
What a performance from Kennedy. Cut it through. What? I really thought he was going to get finished in that second round. Just a powerhouse performance.
You are not the only one, I think, yo.
Look at him celebrate there.
Oh, I mean, he deserves everything right there. That was an incredible performance. Gutsy. gutsy is the way that I would describe it. And the Acai Republic team extremely happy with that result. 1-0 on the board and a submission win as well.
Man, Geierbeck had some good, he did some good things. I mean, he showed that he's a great grappler. I mean, this is an ADCC silver medalist.
Trial silver medalist, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a beast that he just jumped in there with. And he had some great plays.
I mean, Kennedy, though, wow. I've seen him pull out
his wrestling that was really the difference.
It really was. I've seen Kennedy fight out of adversity in so many matches now. Throughout, way back in his career, right back since he was a blue belt. I've seen him come back from the brink time and time again, and he did so here again tonight in this first round of the AIGA Champions League. So tight.
This was the spot right there. When he got vertical like that, I thought he was going to close him out. Jorge Masvidal got put to sleep by that, but Toby Amada back in the day, one of the great MMA highlights of all time.
I mean, the referee was right on tape. He thought that Kennedy went out. He was right there as well.
Checking.
But there's the submission. It came from using that grip over the mouth and the chin to lift up and expose the neck.
Right there. In the 10th Planet System, we call this the D-Sev, the Dan Severn. That gable grip with the body triangle, going belly down on him, putting the crank on the neck, crank on the spine. And that's really more of a spine crank than it is a choke.
Wow, what a performance from Kennedy Maciel. We were hoping for fireworks from this showdown, Acai Republic versus Universal Fighters.
Next fight, 83 kilos. 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. I am inviting to the red corner, Igor Rodriguez.
Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, a Brazilian no-gi national champion, Igor Rodriguez. Yeah, I could see the energy in the Acai Republic corner as Igor Rodriguez goes by and greets his teammates. Wow, they're feeling good after that first win, I think with good reason.
His opponent to the blue corner, Muhammad Abdulkadira.
Well, they're going to need that energy. They're going to need that big team energy right here, because the man taking the stage right now is an absolute destroyer.
Team captain for Universal Fighters, Magomed Abdulkadirov, for my money, one of the very best black belts out of Russia. And, you know, as team leader, there's always a little bit more pressure on you to perform, right? You gotta set the standard for your teammates. You gotta show them what the deal is here. And yeah, I feel like this is a tough test for Igor Rodriguez against one of Russia's very best, one of Dagestan's toughest grapplers.
All the sportsman in the red corner. He's 25. Weight is 83 centimeters. He's Brazilian 3-time champion, South American champion, Rio, Vitória, Curitiba, Floripa Open, world silver medalist. He represents Acai Republic team. Fighter from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Make some noise, Igor Rodriguez. His opponent to the blue corner, he's 33. His height 185 centimeters, his weight 83 kilos. He's 4-time the world grappling champion, UWW, ADCC European champion. He represents Universal Fighter team. Athlete from Russia, Makhachkala. Greets the fighter, Muhammad Abdulkadira. Wish the fighters good luck. Referee in the arena, Damian Stadenov.
All right, here we go. Second match in this 7-match series. Opening rounds of Acai Republic versus Universal Fighters. In the white and gray, Abdul Kadirov. In the white and purple, Igor Rodriguez.
Abdul Kadirov, very interesting. When we last saw Universal Fighters, he was playing the role of coach.
Yeah, he didn't compete that time.
But here, he comes out. It's like, listen, we need this. We're trying to win the money.
So a little eye poke, unfortunately, just on the eye poke or a shot to the nose. I can't quite tell, but
looks like an eye poke.
It looks like eye poke, yeah. So, okay, straight back in the action. No harm, no foul. But yeah, Abdul Kadirov, he competed in the 2022 season in the final he was present for that. He was part of the winning team that claimed the shield and the title of champions. And as you said, in the coach's chair for the quarterfinals. But yeah, I feel like they've called out the big guns for this series. Another competitor that we'll see in action, not today, he will possibly compete tomorrow, is Bilarov, Abdulrahman Bilarov as well, who I also consider to be one of Russia's best black belt competitors, a very respected grappler as also. He may take to the mats if we see Universal Fighters make it through to the finals tomorrow, but I think a win for Abdul Kadirov here would help a lot in that respect, because after Kennedy taking out Gajabek, one of their strongest athletes, that's...
oh, look at this.
Nice reversal. No points, though. But...
little tornado sweep-esque play by Igor Rodriguez.
Igor Rodriguez, not really well known on the world scene, but in Brazil, very, very well respected. As we mentioned before, he's a Brazilian no-gi national champion, and pretty much cleans up in all of the domestic tournaments. Hasn't really had the opportunity to shine too much on the world stage, but I feel like a good performance here at the AIGA Champions League could change that.
This is a great platform to make a name for yourself. You know, not just because it's on FloGrappling or because it's being broadcast in the United States, but this is a global platform here at AIGA. You got fighters from all over the world, all gathering here in the center of Eurasia. And you get a win here. That's a resume stack. Ooh, shooting the triangle.
Loose triangle.
That could be a big mistake, though.
It could.
And saves the pass.
Abdul Kadirov was immediately aware of that threat and putting on some pressure, but...
Okay.
We mentioned before about how intense the athletes from Dagestan can be. This is just an example, because they're just physical. It's not that they're trying to be dirty. They just, everything they do has bad intent behind it.
And I respect that. I like to see that kind of intensity in the athletes. Rodriguez retreating to his closed guard here, really slowing down any potential offense from Abdul Kadirov. Two-on-one grip for Rodriguez. Now switching off to his other hip, looking for anything he can gain. We've seen him try to look for the two-on-one. We've seen that cross side drag there. I've seen him taking that right hand and digging underneath. Nothing really going for him in the closed guard. Decides to open it, and now he's got less than a minute to work. Abdul Kadirov poking and prodding. What can he find that'll help him score here with less than a minute to go.
Yeah, we see this nice side-to-side footwork, little shuffle step one way, stutter step the other, and
you can see that he has a preference for the double unders. It looks like it's all really just in an effort to expose the double underhooks pass.
He wants to capture the hips, right? That's the key.
Oh, look at this, Rodriguez making a move onto the leg. Abdulkadirov, very aware, looking to counter with a leg of his own. Ooh.
I don't think Rodriguez was looking for the leg attack as such. I think he was hoping to use the leg attack to open up a sweep. But this round is going to go to a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and really nobody stood out.
No significant movements
it's going to be very
side.
interesting to see how the judges rule that.
Yeah, good point, because when the judging comes to, if let's say that the entire three-round match comes to a draw, then the referees and the judges, they have to look at the match as a total and consider the activity, and a round like that, so evenly matched with no significant events, doesn't make your job very easy.
I guess that you can consider that a sweep, even though it was before the points period. So maybe just based on that, you give it to Rodriguez. But he really didn't sweep him in such a way that he created a dominant position for himself. Abdulkadirov retreats back to his feet pretty quickly.
Speaking of back to their feet, Igor Rodriguez was up and back into the center of the mat with about 25 seconds remaining in the rest period, whereas Abdulkadirov utilized the full 60 seconds rest before returning.
Round 2.
I got to think Rodriguez is going to be looking for an opportunity to make contact and get to his guard again. He does not want to stay up here and wrestle with the Universal Fighters athlete. Oh, look at that. Slides in like he's going to pull a guard.
That would be interesting.
And maybe not a bad play, honestly.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to wrestle up.
Yeah.
That's the strategy that won Kennedy in the last match.
We saw the Universal Fighters team utilize that with good effect when they competed against Team Nurmagomedov in the quarterfinal a couple months ago. We saw two of Dagestan's top teams, Team Nurmagomedov against Universal Fighters, and we saw a guard pull in every single match, Brandon. So
yeah.
They're not against it on principle. It's not like they consider guard pulling to be, you know, disrespectful or dishonorable or what have you. They'll do it when absolutely necessary, when it feels like it's the right thing to do. But in this case, again, we see Rodriguez on bottom and Abdulkadirov probing, searching for an opening, working his side-to-side passing.
And we're edging closer towards this points period. About 30 seconds left. Rodriguez sits up, clubs the head, weighing down on the posture.
No, Abdulkadirov came on my radar many years ago when I saw him compete at the 2015 ADCC World Championships in Brazil, and I had absolutely no idea who he was, and he really impressed me. He competed, he absolutely destroyed Benson Henderson in just a complete shutout, and then he gave Rafael Lovato Jr. all kinds of trouble before Lovato was able to dig deep and to win that one. And from that day on, I was like, I'm going to keep an eye on this guy.
Oh, look at this. Moving around towards a knee bar. Nice work.
Classic toe hold knee bar kind of attack there. But again, I feel like Igor Rodriguez is using those attacks to try and follow Abdulkadirov up and maybe hunt the back. Because those leg attacks, they don't really seem to be a true submission threat.
Yeah, that's a great point. Abdulkadirov been poking around at the guard here, but just not really able to find a place where he can get in and create a passing position. Igor threatened to wrestle up right there.
Kind of cautious from Abdulkadirov, right? He's avoiding engaging too deeply in Rodriguez's guard. And I'm wondering if a little bit more pressure would serve him well. But
I think he's got to be careful not to get hit with a stall clock right here. Oh, triangle choke.
Shoots up the triangle out of nowhere. Good posture right now. I mean, he's not out of danger. He's kind of loose, but
you know what that does is that shows the judges that this is Igor's round. You know, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't finish that. Maybe he doesn't really get anything else going. But it's the only thing anybody got going.
Yeah, they'll make a note of that, and they'll stack it up against, you know, Abdulkadirov's pass attempts, and they'll say, well, which was more effective? I'll leave that to them to decide, but this second round is nearly over, and I am surprised that we haven't seen at least a warning against Abdulkadirov.
Yeah,
because he's been hanging out on the outside for quite a bit of time here.
But you know what, though? The difference in what he's doing and what we've seen some of the other athletes do is that he's either in range or coming closer to the range. Whereas, see, just his approach right here, he's circling, yes, but he's trying to move forward. Oh, he gets the pass!
Oh, back exposes the bounds. Tries to put Rodriguez down. Nearly does. Good recovery there from Rodriguez, but hey, that was really significant.
So to me, that was the more significant attack than the triangle choke.
Absolutely.
The triangle choke never got the posture broken. Rodriguez felt that the triangle choke was not there, let it go pretty quickly. And that's really the closest that anybody's been to a score. I gotta think the judges are gonna see that and go, that round goes to Mohammed.
Yeah, that was a really nice pass sequence right there, and
it's all of his double
replay
unders.
of that. Yeah, that's you mentioned it earlier. He's been looking for it, and I love the way that he changes directions. You know, he presses one way, then presses the other. That was the triangle that he saw. I mean, that was very, very loose. It was just basically a high guard with one arm inside. But
look at that beautiful hip switch off the double unders to get himself around the corner.
I think this is the pass.
There it is, right there. Boom! Just look at the way the shoulders and the hips work in unison.
Rodriguez did a good job of not getting flattened out, right?
Yeah, he saved himself there. But that, in my opinion, which again, doesn't really count for anything, that was enough to win him the round.
Wow, we're at 2 rounds down and 2 draws. It's pretty interesting as we go into this third.
Round 3, final round.
And final round.
Submission for either guy wins the match, or if either guy gets a lead or somebody gets a negative. So a lot of ways this could still play out. It's all about this 5 minutes. Basically, whoever wins this 5 minutes is going to win the match. If you're Universal, you got to be, please go out there and win this for us and tie it up.
Yeah, you really don't want to be 2-0 down.
Yeah, because one of their heavy hitters just went down. Now, that was also one of the Acai Republic heavy hitters in Baby Cobrinha.
Yep. Somebody had to win that match. One was going to win, one was going to lose. But Abdulkadirov as warning call against both. Abdulkadirov as team captain, you know, there's additional pressure on him to say, hey, you know, I need to go out and have a good performance and show my guys that we can do this. They need to believe that it's possible. And that's really why he's in a leadership role. Yeah, I knew as Rodriguez was stalking forward that he was really just chasing to make grips so that, or make contact so that he could pull.
And Abdul Kadirov claiming that, you know, he shouldn't have been able to pull right there.
It was kind of a brief touch to the back of the head. You could call it a collar tie, I guess, but it was such a quick pull, it's kind of hard to say.
Well, all they say is that you need contact, and that was technically contact.
Absolutely.
So.
Igor Rodriguez, so focused when he's playing the guard.
Yeah, you know, he's one of the less heralded athletes on this Acai Republic team.
Some words there about I don't know, like a hit to the face or something?
Yeah, a little eye poke maybe.
Possibly. Abdul Kadirov didn't seem happy.
But like I was saying, Igor, really one of the less heralded athletes on this Acai Republic team, up against probably the most heralded athlete on the Universal Fighters team, and he's giving him everything he wants right here. Here's the double unders attempt again. Got to be careful he doesn't get caught up in that triangle choke.
You know, I think that something that doesn't help Abdul Kadirov in this situation is the fact that this mat is kind of slick, right?
That definitely plays to the advantage of the guard player for sure.
It does, especially in a double under kind of stack pass kind of, you know, situation where the guy captures the hips and then drives forward. You can just, you know, maintain that frame, get pushed out of bounds, or just, you know, slide back and recover. And it would help Kadirov a lot if there was more friction and he could sort of get some pressure up and over the shoulders, but that's just not happening.
Yo, there's a lot of grip and firmness to the footing, but it's slick when it hits the rash guards and those tights. But you can see just the way that Muhammad is driving forward. You see his toes digging into the mat. He's not got any slip to his grip with his footing.
Yeah, there's plenty of traction, like you said.
But that material on the mats, when it pairs with the rash guard, it might as well be soaking wet out there.
Like silk sheets, just sliding around.
Somebody's going to have to take charge of this match right here if they want to win it for their team.
We are just over 90 seconds remaining, absolutely. And I feel like Kadirov is definitely, he's gone up a gear now. You know, we can see a little bit more activity on his part, a little bit more intention behind his movements.
Yeah. And, you know, we've been calling the top guys for stalling a lot, but I really feel like Rodriguez is just framing out.
Yeah.
He's not really trying to produce any offense at all.
Great point. But that's the problem, right? In any situation in a grappling match, the onus is on the top guy to pass. Which I'm not saying is right or wrong, but I'm just saying that that's the perception and that's the way people, they enforce those rules.
Stepping through. And now entering a leg is Rodriguez.
Abdul Kadirov bailed on that, and his teammates are saying, get back in there. They are urging him to go forward.
What is this?
And the clock's just running down. He's not doing anything.
But neither guy doing anything, though.
Wow, both sides are going crazy. The Acai Republic corner is saying you basically get 30 seconds. You've got to go. You've got to go. The Universal Fighters crew over there, they're doing the same. I can't understand Russian, but they're basically saying,
we're working towards this north-south.
Busy.
Digging for this double unders pass. 20 seconds left. He's going to have to make a strong play here. There he is into his double unders. Trying to turn the corner. Needed this urgency earlier, though.
Really did. Oh, Rodriguez locks up the close guard as the time expires, and that is the end of the third and final round. All right, that's it. Okay, so 0-0, 0-0, -1 apiece in the third and final. Gonna go to a decision.
think it comes down to that near guard pass in round 2 for Muhammad.
You think that's the most significant thing?
I do. Yeah. Now, how are they going to score it over there at the table? I couldn't tell you. I really have no idea. But I did, you know, I felt like as far as stalling was concerned, it was really Rodriguez just framing and staying there, not really attacking.
Yeah, he wasn't real
pushing
submission attacks. Yeah, he threw up the triangle that was incredibly loose. It wasn't a submission attack. He got it on the legs, but there was never really any danger or any threat of those leg entanglements. So how do you stack that up? It all comes down to, like, as they've said to us in the past, who wanted it more? Who intention? Who was trying to finish the match? Tough to call in this situation. Yeah. Hopefully we should find out in just a moment, but
it makes me happy that I'm not one of the judges. I just get to sit here and I get to judge the athletes and the judges. Just sitting in a seat of judgment only.
The seat of judgment, yeah. I'm glad I'm not in that seat, to be honest. I prefer this sort of engaged observer here role, where I can call the action, but I don't have to put my credibility on the line and make a call, because matches like this will test that to the limit. And I feel that whichever way the decision goes, one side's going to be unhappy, and there's an argument for it. So, man, the judges have a very, very tough job.
But I tell you what, your whole weekend really rides in a lot of ways on this match. I know we're early on this team matchup right here, but if this one goes to Rodriguez, that puts Universal down 2-0 with two of their heaviest hitters off the table. I mean, but if Universal can get this one, it's going to tie it up 1-1. Basically, we go back to scratch for the last 5 matches.
Wow, the judges are really, really taking their time to try and figure this one out. A lot of discussion going on over at the officials' table.
Well, you know, there's just not a lot to base your decision on.
Right. Judges still deep in conversation, even all this time after the match has ended. Igor Rodriguez, really solid performance against a veteran grappler. Not quite the breakout moment that I think Rodriguez was hoping for here at the AIGA Champions League, but definitely I think people should put a little bit more respect on his name after that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he potentially took out one of the toughest fighters on one of the toughest teams. Their team leader, their team captain. I mean, they are taking their time. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I'll go first. I think it's going to go to the Universal fighters. But I'm putting you on the spot, how?
I can see an argument for it going to Rodriguez, because I felt like even though he had the one significant moment, I felt like Abdulkadirov spent longer in periods of inactivity.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
that's fair. That's fair
assessment. For all 3 rounds, 1-1 decision of the judges. Fighter from blue corner win, Mohamed Abdulkadirov.
Wow, that's a big decision win, man. That ties it up. Team matchup now sits at 1-1.
That was a razor-thin decision. There was really nothing much to that.
And you love to see that. A lot of respect from both teams.
Right.
And they know there's no way that could have really been decisive either way. Everybody knows that. They're all over giving each other love.
I do like to see the sportsmanship. I gotta say that the competitors from Dagestan have a reputation, well-earned reputation for being very intense, very aggressive. But I
they're
do
also
like
respectful, though.
I do like to see the mutual respect. I do.
They get chippy on the mats, but when it's over, they're good boys. They're good boys.
Yeah, yeah. Good scrap. They respect you for that. Yeah.
You can see a pretty decent attempt here.
But again, I'm going to say, much like when Fabricio...
That's the decisive moment for me right there. That was so close. There's a back exposure right there. There's a pass exposure right there.
It was
Rodriguez had to fight for his life
to
save it. And I really think it came down to that one moment.
It reminds me of the Fabricio Andre Guybeck and Balakimov match that was also razor thin.
But so much action in that match.
Sure, but where Fabricio had what some people thought was submission attacks, but as we said, were not submission attacks. There was never any danger of submission. They were submission entries. And I feel like Rodriguez was the same. He never was in any real position to submit Abdulkadirov. He tried to get into the spot to do so, but hey, that's just not enough. And as you said, nearly passing like that and nearly scoring, that's a big deal.
Next match, 60 kilos, 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. First, I'm invited to the red corner, Philippe Nassi.
All right, this is the lightest weight class, the 60-kilogram weight class. Coming to the mat first, representing Acai Republic, is Philippe Nassi.
His opponent to the blue corner, please welcome Magomedbek Temeyev.
Magomedbek Temeyev, well, we saw him in action at the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and right back here again for the semi-final match. This is our third match going into this, or third match through Acai Republic versus Universal Fighters, and so far, one apiece.
Let me introduce sportsmen of this match. In the red corner, he's 31, weight is 60 kilos. Champion Floripa, São Paulo, Porto Alegre Open. Silver medalist, South American, Brazilian, bronze, and ADCC Open, São Paulo. He represents Club Alliance and Acai Republic team. Fighter from São Paulo. Make some noise, Philippe Nassi. His opponent to the blue corner, he's 29, his height 168 centimeters, his weight 60 kilos. He's two-time the world grappling champion. He represents Universal Team Fighters. Athlete from Russia, Makhachkala. Please welcome Magomedbek Temeyev. We wish the sportsman good luck. Referee in the arena, Robert Jiggle. Round 1.
All right. The lightest weight classes, and also some of the most dynamic. These guys, man, they really go fast. Always high-paced matches, and immediately Tamiv getting physical with Felipe Nasib.
Yeah, he took that shot right off the bat, got a bit of an injury, and then as soon as Nasib felt that, he was like, man, I got to get to my guard quick.
Look at that pressure from Tamiv. He's not hanging out in that guard. He's putting forward pressure on him.
Yeah, he wants to come forward, dragging the leg. Look at this 2-on-1 grip on the far side, though, from Nasib. Now switching off to the collar tie on the same side with his Z. Tamiv got the underhook with his left arm. May try to use that to either cut or backstep. Z guard being employed off the bottom by Nasib. Oh, tried to shoot towards a triangle. Nothing there yet, though. Dragging the arm. Maybe trying to look for an arm lock here. Went for that bent arm lock, Frank Mir style.
But you know what we're seeing so far, Brandon?
What's that?
This is the third match in this series, and in every single match, the Acai Republic representative has been the first to pull guard. And we're seeing a very clear team strategy at play here, something that has obviously been discussed, obviously been implemented from the top. And so far, I mean, obviously the last match, that Igor Rodriguez versus Abdul Kadyrov, was close, but the strategy's paying off so far. And let's see if that changes at all in this match, because I'm sure that Tamiv will have noticed that, much like his teammates, and he'll be like, okay, we gotta deal with these Brazilians guards, man. It's a pain in the ass.
I'll tell you something to watch out for that I'm seeing already is that Tamiv, he's reaching with his arm, with his right arm, a little bit, I don't want to say too much, but maybe a little bit too much. And Felipe has grabbed that arm and he's threatened it to straighten it out a couple of times. He had a little bit of a threat of that mirror lock earlier.
Thought he overcommitted to that butterfly and was going to get to the body lock and was going to get swept then, but...
Okay, see, all right, right there, in this spot right here. It's that right arm of Nasib. I like that Magomedbek is switching sides with his passing attempts. Ooh, look at this. Entry on the legs. Nothing going, though, but I like that play by Nasib. And Magomedbek weaves that arm over the top of the Z guard, down through the legs. Once again, kicks the hip back to standing.
We see the difference in the guard passing style of Tamiv compared to his Universal Fighter teammates, Gayabek and Abdul Kadyrov, who were basically really searching to get a solid grip and you're working side-to-side movements.
Oh, look at this.
The difference is the pace that Tamiv is working at. He's doing the same kind of thing. He's trying to catch the hips. He's working side-to-side footwork. But it's just the pace is so much higher. His work rate is so good.
Well, these are the small guys. They don't get tired. So they can just work like that all day. Got to watch out for this triangle choke here. And here comes the bounce to the other side. Now starting this rumble passing sequence. But he keeps going back to to the top side wrap, the top side weave against the guard.
Yeah, he's kind of camping in that position, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, nothing to score.
No, extremely close. I mean, no real pass attempts, no sweep attempts. Another very, very close match. Or round, I should say, in this match.
That was the opening moments of the match. Nassib used that shot as a way to pull guard.
Very smart.
Without being penalized.
Yeah, really smart.
This grip here, where he goes under the leg, where Magomedbek goes under the leg, if he's going to pass, he's going to need that. Use that to rumble back and forth, side to side, and possibly create either an under. This little play right here, you see that where you reach him with his right arm? He's going to have to be careful right there. Nassib definitely noticed a couple of moments of opportunity and tried to take him. That was a pretty close pass, just couldn't clear the knee.
Round 2.
Shoot early.
Yeah, Timiv literally shot on the buzzer. As round began, he was already going.
And honestly, that probably looks pretty good to the judges. Like, this guy's busy, he's active. He may not be getting the offense off that he wants, but he's shooting, he's taking shots. That was an interesting little play, like a little fake guard pull, maybe thinking about an ankle pick, Guy Mendes style.
Yeah, again, saw Nassib pulling off that shot. Timiv now, he's like, all right, I gotta get busy.
Ooh, scissor sweep attempt off the bottom by Nassib. Oh, very close to getting through the guard there.
Just a little bit too much space for Nassib to recover his inside leg, but yeah, that was a very dynamic pass attempt. Nearly landing in top position, but so fast.
So nothing going yet, still gridlocked. All right, here's this deep underhook on the right side. Using it to knee cut. Forces Nassib to turtle.
Couldn't quite pin those shoulders to the mat. Now he's going the other side.
Yeah, I like the side switching from Magomedbek.
Well, you know, Magomedbek Timiv, he won 2 matches on the last installment of the AIGA in the quarterfinal, and he won both of those matches by submission, by rear naked choke, but he hasn't even gotten close to getting towards flipping Nassib's back in this match so far.
Still on the hunt for the double unders.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's going to score.
He settled down, and that is a clean 3-point guard pass. I did not expect that. It was kind of hard to see the leg work on the far side, the camera work, camera angle. Unfortunately, we had the blind side view, but he had that deep crossface, and he kind of went in for like the diaper check grip, and well, next thing you know, he's flat out inside control. That's great. Really solid work there from Timiv. Putting on a bit of pressure now from top. The question is he going to just happy to have scored and we'll see out the round, or will he work to improve the position and look for the finish? Oh, wow. They don't mess around here, AIGA. Look at that. He's in top side control, gets hit with a stalling call. But they're going to definitely take that back. Nearly gets over into the mount. Nice recovery from Naseeb. And
oh, he's going to pass again.
Semiv is straight back in.
Working this knee cut with the underhook.
Oh, I think he found the chink in the armor, right? He feels it. Whether it's a case of physical strength, whether he feels that Naseeb is fading. But there, you called it, Brandon. Second guard pass. 6-0 now.
And this is big, man. This is big. This is a pretty decisive round. I mean, very decisive round for Magomedbek. Really puts Naseeb and the entire Acai Republic team. And look at this. Again, they hit him with a stall from dominant position.
Yeah, simply holding is not enough. They have to advance position, but there's a knee ride, so he's got another couple
That's
points
going to score,
now.
yeah.
8-0. I think that's the highest score we've maybe seen today.
And he took the knee off, but he didn't have it off long enough to reset. But knee on belly is a position where you can rack up points over and over, two at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like with the back. How you can remove a hook and score 3 over and over again. Yeah, big round for Magomedbek and a big round for Universal Fighters. I don't know how I feel about those stalling calls from side control.
They're aggressive for sure.
Especially that second one, man. I mean, what do you want the guy to do?
Yeah. Oh man, this is the original guard pass that didn't quite work, but here is the first, and there it is. You know, I'd love to see the leg work, what's going on there. I can't quite see.
He secured the hip with the left hand, and basically just worked a variation of a back step. So that hand securing the hip in between the legs, and this is that nice knee cut pass here.
Cut. That's textbook right there.
The closer that shoulder got to the mat, the more inevitable the pass became.
Yeah.
There it is, that flattens out, and then look at this nice cut with the hip, pointing the hip to the back of the room.
All right, underway with our third and final round now.
Naseeb, he thought about pulling guard a little too early. If you're Naseeb, you got to be thinking, man, I have to submit this guy. But he's really shown no signs that he's going to be able to do that. Contact, and now guard pull.
But hey, Semiv has shown twice in quick succession that that guard is not impenetrable. And I feel like Semiv now, he's going to be like, yeah, no problem. You can pull guard. I know I got your number. Interesting grip of the foot there for Semiv, and just kind of get rid of an obstacle in his path.
He's pretty deep with this left side underhook. If he could get his shoulder back behind the hamstring, he could really be cooking right there. Arm drag, nothing going. And here's that leg weave pass again from Magomedbek.
Yeah, he really does favor that leg weave from top. He kind of camps out there and then searches for his openings, but And that grip around the thigh and with his kind of claw grip on the top of the hip as well, that's going to kill a lot of Naseeb's mobility from bottom. Right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And Naseeb really just left with the arm drag attempt on this far side.
Doesn't give him a lot to work with.
Magomedbek gonna have to be careful here. He's sort of backing up now. This is the place where you call him for stalling, not from side control. Backs out. Ooh, nice quick knee slice pass attempt. All right.
Was that Sanders sleigh bells, or I'm not quite sure what that was. But
I think that was Philippe's chances of winning this match, tumbling down the stairs over there.
Yeah, I mean, we're into the final 2 minutes of this match, of this 3 5-minute round match, and Felipe Naseeb really has been unable to get anything significant going. It took a while for Tamiv to you know, find his opening to exploit the weaknesses, but
I don't know about this decision here by Naseeb to go to the closed guard. I mean, it's literally the slowest play that you can make.
It's more a case of I'm just going to hold on, but what are you going to do with it? Come on, man, you gotta do something spectacular.
You're holding on to a loss right here.
Exactly.
Nice job sliding that knee up the middle. That was beautiful technique.
Yeah, it really was. Because, you know, closed guard can be a frustrating position to get caught in, but that's a money way of opening it.
Yeah, it's a great position. Listen, the closed guard's a great position.
100%.
But it's a slow position. And if you're behind and you've got to make something happen, it's really not conducive to what you need to get done. Oh, man. I like this pass attempt here. Oben Naseeb back in on the leg.
Better, but so late in this match, can it get anything? No, it can't. Doesn't wrestle up, instead pulls him back, and
well, he may create a guard pass here right at the end. Nice. Naseeb fends him off. That's good. Big win here for Magomedbek.
Yeah, significant now. That puts Universal Fighters in the lead. 2 rounds, or 2 matches to 1.
So not much deliberation to be done there. Pretty straightforward by the criteria. Magomedbek going to walk out with this dub.
Yeah, 2 rounds were 0-0 draws, but that second round, the one in the middle, was
a blowout.
Yeah, it really was. 8-0. That's
ladies and gentlemen,
there's no doubt there whatsoever. So
fight lasted for 3 rounds, won by points of the judge. Fighter from the blue corner, Magomedbek, Timaya.
see the relief almost on the Universal Fighters team faces as Tamif came off the mat there. You know, I think that they not just appreciative of the fact that he got the win, but also the fact that, hey, now we're in the lead. It's a significant victory. Of course, 4 more matches to go.
Yeah,
but
listen, they've got the 2-1 lead, and they're running out one of their heavy hitters right here, Ruslan Abdullayev. Abdullayev looked like a world beater against Luke Griffith, and I believe, now I could be wrong, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that that win over Luke Griffith that Ruslan had here in the quarterfinals, I believe that's the only match that Luke Griffith lost this year.
You are correct. You are correct. That's the level that he's working at.
And he really broke his will to continue. Ruslan he's a real killer, man. He's gonna be coming out looking to make a statement against Anton Dimitrikov.
Naseem threw up a couple of things, but really was just unable to get absolutely anything going. Tamif's top game so strong.
Next match, plus 91 kilos. Formula is 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. First, I am inviting to the red corner, Anton Dmitrakov. His rival to the blue corner, Ruslan Abdullayev.
Abdullayev makes his way to the mats. This guy's serious.
Yeah, on a team of heavy hitters, he is among the heaviest. Of course, competing in the heavyweight division, but with his previous performance, absolutely expect big things from this big man. But there is his opponent, Anton Dimitrikov of Acai Republic, a Russian based here in Almaty, Kazakhstan, member of the local training crew.
Let me introduce sportsmen of this match. In the red corner, he's 29, height 193, weight is 113. He's IBGGF European and World Champion. He represents Acai Republic team from Almaty, Kazakhstan. Greet the fighter, Anton Dmitrakov. His opponents in the blue corner. He's 29. His height 190 centimeters, his weight 110 kilos. He's 9 times the world grappling champion and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's represent Universal Fighter team, athlete from Russia, Makhachkala. Please welcome Ruslan Abdullayev. Wish the athletes good luck, referee in the arena, Robert Diggle.
All right, here we go. This is the heavyweight division. Anton Dimitrikov
Round 1.
versus Ruslan Abdullayev. Acai Republic versus Universal Fighters. Acai Republic, of course, in the white and purple.
Abdullayev, we saw in his matchup with Luke Griffith, very strong wrestling, very strong guard passing, and a very heavy game that really taxes his opponents. Oh, look at this, shoots in on the single early. Anton doing a good job framing the head away, keeping Abdullayev from getting the good position, but he switches off legs, just staying with the wrestling.
Wow.
Dimitrikov just refusing.
Ooh. Hey, that's a pretty high pace set early there in a heavyweight match.
And he pulls guard. He did not want to get around.
Not at all surprised to see Dimitrikov pull, having had a taste of that.
Yeah,
the other thing as well, man, hey, he's potentially going to have a 15-minute total match here. I think that conserving some energy will be a smart move as well.
Well, that was the mistake that Luke Griffith made in their matchup. So he came out and tried to wrestle early and got kind of behind, but more importantly, Ruslan forced him to work, kept that work rate high early. And now look at the way that he distributes his body weight here against the knee shield. This is a different approach than just weaving the hand through.
He's making the opponent carry his weight.
Yes,
right?
it's forcing him to just use that static press to try to keep the weight off of him. Much different and more effective approach on how to deal with the knee shield over a long period of time. That's not going to yield a quick pass for him,
right?
But it's something that may yield the pass for him 9 minutes, 12 minutes into the matchup.
You can see him, like, you know, just look at his feet, the amount of pressure that he's driving forward when he puts his the flat of his feet on the mat.
He doesn't rest his body weight on the floor either.
It's on his opponent.
Yes.
You know, this reminds me much more, and no surprise considering that Abdullayev has an extensive MMA career, but it looks like the kind of position you would just punch the crap out of somebody. And
deep half guard from Dimitrikov.
Nice to
try to invert into the leg on the other side, and he does.
Leg lock.
Oh my, this is a big play for Dimitrikov.
He blew
him apart with that knee.
Side knee bob destroys Ruslan Abdullayev's knee. Oh, that was a very nasty move.
Using the deep half guard to invert and get onto the other leg. Shades of Oliver Taza with that inversion to the other side. What a play by Dimitrikov.
And I'm going to say it right now, I consider that to be the biggest upset possibly of this day, of this event. And a second submission for Acai Republic.
Oh my goodness.
That was a very nasty knee bar.
It was that lateral knee bar, and it was a lateral from the outside.
Man, that
very
interesting. Is just so dangerous.
But it was a lateral the other way. It wasn't like what we traditionally see where you're putting the pressure on the medial side of the leg.
On the inside, yeah. I'll be honest, I've been caught in one of those, and it's one of the scariest feeling submissions I've ever had. And if you do not tap early, it literally will just rip the knee apart. And I feel like that's probably what happened to Ruslan in that match.
Man, I feel like I owe Dimitrikov an apology. We were going to write him off a little bit.
Sponsor from the red corner, Anton Dimitrikov.
Wow, absolute savage, decisive finish. And now we are at a tie. 4 matches into this series. It's 2 apiece. And you can see, look at the happiness there on the faces and the reaction of the Acai Republic. But
oh, look at the dejection,
man,
and just sadness pouring off of the big
He's going to feel that later. The adrenaline will wear off, and he's going to feel that. And you know, that's a great show of sportsmanship and respect. We never want to hurt our opponents. Obviously, the submission is applied with, with force and with pressure, but the tap out gives people an opportunity to escape unscathed. Unfortunately, that's not what happened here. But let's take a look at the action, Brandon.
So a great opening wrestling exchange that was really going Ruslan's way, but Dimitrikov did a good job framing, keeping him out of there. Ruslan stayed with it, kept fighting for it. And then on the next exchange, Dimitrikov pulled guard quickly. Look at that, nice move out the back door. And Dimitrikov right here, he just goes, you know what, I'm done with this. And he sits. I would love to see that setup. Beautiful use of the deep half guard. Use it to enter the cross Ashi on the other side. Turns it into a knee bar. And look, it's the knee bar on the, oh no, it was more of a standard knee bar than what I thought.
Yeah, I don't think it was completely straight, but it was definitely, there was some pressure going through. Who knows if there was an existing injury on the knee, you know, it could be.
Let's take a look at it again.
In fact, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, no, it was a standard knee bar. It was just a weird angle for it.
And you know, I'm trying to think, didn't Ruslan injure his knee in the last?
He did.
And then he came back and competed the next day as if nothing happened.
What a great setup.
Oh,
wow,
that was
man,
tight. That was really tight.
Look at this, the deep half guard, invert underneath the heavy press.
Great flexibility from Dimitrikov in getting that. And Ruslan made the mistake of turning into it. If he switched his hips the other way, he would have gone into 50-50.
Well, he was trying to avoid the 50-50, and that's what caused him to get injured.
Technical error on his part there, 100%, but wow, what a finish.
A technical error forced by a beautiful leg lock entry from the deep half guard. You know, people try to tell you the deep half guard is dead. Don't listen, kids. It's alive and well in the center of Eurasia.
And now next match, 65 kilo. 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. Let me invite fighter to the red corner, Dominic Maya.
The lone American representative of Team Acai Republic, Dominic Mejia, now training at New Wave Jiu-Jitsu under the supervision of John Danaher. And what a rise this young man has had in the last 12 months or so. Really had some really strong performances on the ADCC Open Circuit and the ADCC Trials. Now we're going to see what he's made of here in the AIGA Champions League final.
His rival to the blue corner, Saur Ahmeda. Let me introduce sportsmen of this match. In the red corner, he's 20, height 170 centimeters, weight is 65 kilos. He's New Wave Jiu-Jitsu, ADCC Trails silver medalist, 3-time ADCC Open champion. He represents Acai Republic team. Fighter from Austin, make some noise, Dominic Maya! His opponent in the blue corner, he's 33, his height 177 centimeters, his weight 65 kilos. He's UWW European and grappling champion, ADCC European champion. He represents Universal Fighters team, athlete from Russia, Makashkala. Make some noise, Saur Ahmeda! Wish the fighters good luck. Referee in the mat, Robert Diggle. Round 1.
Dominic Mejia in the white and purple. Nice little double knee drop into the shot there. This is a very different strategy that we've seen so far, because every Acai Republic guy has pulled guard.
Well, Dominic's a strong wrestler, and he's one of the fastest rising stars in the sport. He's got great submissions, great guard, strong wrestling. Oh, strong wrestling his back, but not for long. He doesn't stay. Oh, look at this. Lock up an anaconda choke, but look at that. Just determination from Mejia. Fights his way to the top.
Akhmedov down, and I wonder, they're not going to score. They are going to score at points. Yeah, they consider that to be one long sequence. Their threat to the submission wasn't enough to deny him those takedown points.
I think it was the right call.
Me too. I gotta say that was good judging, good officiating, and man, Dominic, he had to work to get him down, but this is a good position to be.
Dominic has endless cardio. He was ripping through the ADCC trials until he ran into the buzzsaw that is Dorian Olivares. But man, this kid is, I mean, he's just a meteor, just rocketing to the top of the scene. And he's the kind of kid, he's a star too. Great attitude, like super fun to watch.
Look at this use of the guard pass up and over that obstacle. He's got underhook on the far side, crossface, both knees on the mat. 1 foot is trapped, and of course we're not even in the point scoring period yet. Another 20 seconds or so to get to that, but he's in very, very clear control here.
Yeah, and Akhmedov's in big trouble here, man. Dominic already working to try to expose this arm triangle, and he's going to have to be careful that he doesn't leave that underhook behind for Mejia to do something with it on the other side.
See Mejia kind of create a little bit of an angle there. I'm wondering if he's going to try and get that ankle free or if he's going to try and force a back take. I would not be surprised to see him force a back take from this position. He's got that near side arm up onto the shelf of his thigh. That's a pretty good spot.
I mean, he's really leaving Akhmedov no choice but to try to make some kind of play from the deep half. Pushes him back out.
Okay, that's better for Akhmedov now. His elbows were in a really perilous position before that, but now he gives up the far side underhook.
And here he goes. He's going to try this deep half, but he's going to end up exposing himself in the process. Going to deep half while the top player has the underhooks, almost always going to end up being a death sentence.
That's not bad, though. Look at that. Akhmedov manages to spin through. He's not out of trouble.
Yeah, just relentless passing pressure and forward aggression from Dominic Mejia. Mejia had a great showing the first time that we saw Acai Republic in the first quarterfinals for AIGA Champions League. Just an absolute buzzsaw.
Oh, he gets the leg free.
Ooh, look at that leg pommel.
Hops over. Oh, he doesn't flatten him out, so that's not point. That's not guard pass points right there, but
it's a full back exposure, though. Look at this, gonna try to cradle him up, maybe?
Kind of thinking about it.
Uses it to distract and
he's
collect the wrist.
I think he's gonna chase it and go for the back, but
maybe no, he's going to the rear triangle from here.
Wow. Great work.
Oh, switching off to the legs now.
What
Look at
is
this, just
going on?
non-stop attack work from Dominic Mejia. Now
Outside
switching
heel
over to
hook.
outside heel hook.
No, the hand came up. I thought we were going to see the tap there for a second, but
Mejia now switching off to the cross ashi.
oh my word.
I mean, he is incredible.
This is just non-stop attacks here from Dominic Mejia. Going to try and scoop that heel, but
under control of both legs now. Starting to lose the knee line just a little bit now. Secures it, and there's going to be the exposure here. That's nice work, though, by Akhmedov to keep his heel hidden in this exchange. But as he goes upside down, that's when it's going to get exposed.
oh.
You know what, though, man? In this complicated leg entanglement with a restart, how glad are you that Robert Deagle's the referee right here? One of the best leg lockers in the world. If anybody's going to understand the restart right here, it's going to be our referee, Robert Deagle.
100%. Yeah.
He's going to take his time to get this restart right. And I got a feeling Akhmedov's not going to just give up the position that he had.
He'll try. He'll definitely try. But Rob, with his intricate knowledge of the leg locks, he's going to recreate that position perfectly. I'm absolutely certain.
And look at that.
Yeah, no, you see Dominic
Dominic's cheating a little bit.
Yeah, and Rob's the one saying no.
And you can hear him saying that if this is mid-heel slip. Tense moment here. A lot rides on this. Gets upside down, almost exposes that heel. And man, nice work by Akhmedov.
Great work from Akhmedov. Really, really good stuff there. Gonna try and put Mejia down now. Oh, he's got his own look at the back.
Mejia will not stop fighting, though.
Great scramble, great roll out of danger. Back into the center of the mat. Wow, that was tense. That was tense, Brandon.
Man, you couldn't ask for better leg lock survival instincts than what Akhmedov just showed. He takes a deep shot. Look at that. Mejia now pulling onto the headlock. It's going to, okay, not going to score. Man.
Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1. So close to evening the score right there in the end. But wow, Dominic Mejia, really strong performance there, and I'm so impressed by Zoe's resilience and escape from that deep leg entanglement.
Wow. The first round.
Great job by referee too.
Yeah,
great job by Robert Deagle.
Here's that takedown, man. This was a battle right here.
Man, I gotta think all this experience that Dominic Mejia has been getting on the ADCC Open circuit really paid off for him just in this first round. Fighting continuously to make sure that gets the score, and then fighting continuously. Like that last exchange where he jumped on the head to try to save the takedown, and then he realized it wasn't gonna happen, so he bails on it, hip heist back to his feet, no score, keeps it 2-0, and ends up winning the round. Beautiful work, man. Mejia is just a banger. Boy, that was a pretty close attempt there on that outside heel hook. Just the knee line barely slipping. Beautiful switch across the body to the cross arm, but never able to expose the heel on that side.
This has been a great match so far, 1 round down. Mejia is showing absolutely no fear of his opponent, Zaur Akhmedov, fighting out of Dagestan Universal Fighters crew, and Mejia is stalking him down. He is walking forward. He is going after his opponent. He managed to get in deep and wrestle well with him in the first round. Are we going to see him do it again? I think so.
Yeah, I believe so. And check the way that Mejia, there's that same lock again.
Oh, he's locked it up tight. He's locked it up tight. Oh man, this is deep. Are we going to see him get the finish, or are we going to see Zaur escape just like Kennedy Maciel was able to?
And I like this play going across to the other arm.
Not quite so much pressure now. Nice little adjustment there and just kind of tightening it up.
There's a better lock. You can see on Akhmedov's face the angles that are working and the angles that are not. This one's getting tight.
It really is. It's getting tight. Very tight. The triangle lock is getting higher.
He's going to get it.
He gets the finish. Gets the submission.
Put him out. Put him to sleep.
Dominic Mejia, second round.
Boom. Hits him with the arrows.
Dominic Mejia submits Zaur Akhmedov with the reverse triangle. And that is 3 wins, 3 submissions for Acai Republic. 3 matches to 2 with 2 matches remaining.
Man, I told you guys, this kid's
after
a
the called one sportsman from the red corner, Dominic Mejia.
Great first round. I thought we were going to go in for another tough round in the second. Oh, some heat there. The Dagestan crew, they don't like those gestures. They don't like the showboating. You know, the shot that Dominic Mejia took at his opponent after that submission win did not go down well with the Dagestan crew.
And listen, Dominic, he's a brash fella. He's not shy about saying how he feels. You know, he's got that big rivalry going with the Corbet brothers back in the States.
Here's the shot, and Dominic just sunk in that triangle so quickly, Brandon.
It was just beautiful work. The same position that Guy Irbeck couldn't finish against Maciel. And notice, it's that angle right there with that calf digging into the side of the artery.
Man, Zaur held on absolutely as long as he could, but...
Oh, and look at that.
Yeah.
Dominic up, blowing kisses over to the universal side. Oh, man, just that dying antelope look in his eyes.
Yeah, the blood was definitely being cut off there, and you could see him stumble after the triangle was released.
That's a highlight reel finish right there, buddy.
It really is. I mean, you said it, Dominic, my hero, rising star, so dynamic, and he just showed it right there with that spectacular finish.
That was just phenomenal. Look at that look in his eyes. The dying gazelle under the hunter. The lion, Dominic Mejia.
Next match, 76 kilo, 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. I am invited to the red corner, Jonathan Alves.
Jonathan Alves, the black belt from the Art of Jiu-Jitsu in Costa Mesa, California, representing here Acai Republic, and going up and competing in this 76 kilogram division. Pretty impressive that just days ago he was competing in the No-Gi World Championships in Las Vegas. I think that was on Saturday. Now here we are Wednesday in Almaty, Kazakhstan for his next challenge.
His opponent to the blue corner, Rizwan Rizvana.
Rizvan Rizvanov of Team Universal Fighters coming to the mat now.
What a cool name.
Rizvan Rizvanov?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So nice they named him twice.
Now, I don't believe we saw him in action at the last installment, in the new addition to the roster for this edition of the AIGA Champions League. But he's going to be going up against a very skilled black belt in Jonathan Alves. Let's see how this goes.
Let me introduce sportsmen of this match. In the red corner, he's 24. His height 176 centimeters, weight in 76 kilo. He's represent Club Art of Jiu-Jitsu and Acai Republic team. He's from São Paulo, Brazil. Make some noise, Jonathan Alves Barbosa. His opponent to the blue corner, he's 29. His height 174 centimeters, his weight 76 kilos. He's 7-time the world grappling champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He represents Universal Fighters team, headed from Russia, Makhachkala. Greets the fighter, Rizvan Rizvana. With the fighters, good luck. Referee in the mat, Damir Sadirov.
All right, here we go, Brandon. This is the 6th out of 7 matches. It is 3-2 so far for Acai Republic. So if they take this one, they win the series.
And we don't know much about Rizvan, but we do know quite a lot about Jonathan.
We do, yeah. Jonathan Alves Very high-level black belt out of the Art of Jiu-Jitsu in Costa Mesa, California. Been training with the Mendez brothers since he's about 16 years old, I believe. Blue belt. Now a very, very high-level black belt. And, man, he had an absolute war with Oliver Taza just a couple of days ago at the Nogi Worlds. And won that one by points.
Entry on the leg already.
And this is, well, this is more reminiscent of the strategy that we saw from all the other, most of the other Acai Republic team members so far, with the exception of Dominic Mejia.
Yeah, but the forward pressure and aggression from Rizvan is quite a bit different. He's really looking to get in there and engage with Alves.
Yeah, showing no fear of the leg work. And you say forward pressure, you're not kidding, look at that. Only problem is it opens up attacks like this.
That forward pressure leaves the hips just a little bit too light. Offers Alves opportunities to get in on the legs.
See Rizvan trying to disengage. Jonathan must have really strong grips of how maintain control there of the ankles. That's decent knee bar pressure.
That's gonna get it. That's gonna get it.
Oh, finishes. Acai Republic get the win by submission, and they will go through to the finals of the AIGA Champions League tomorrow against Team Rodolfo.
They remain the only undefeated team this season.
Can you believe it? Every win today from Acai Republic. 4 matches, 4 wins, 4 submissions.
Rizvanov still down on the mat. And Alves kneeling beside him, looking after his fallen opponent.
Showing genuine concern for his opponents. As we said earlier, of course, you know, we never want to injure our opponents. Tap out is the way out to escape without injury, but...
And he looks to be okay. I think it's more of a case of his heart breaking than his ligaments.
I believe it. I mean, I looked over to the corner of Universal Fighters when that tap happened, and they all just checked it. It was tragic, for sure.
One sportsman from the red corner.
You see them shaking their heads.
Jonathan Alves Barbosa.
They got this far, they go home with nothing, they can fight for 3rd place tomorrow. But look at the energy in the Acai Republic corner. They are through to the finals. There's 1 match remaining. The result does not matter. Acai Republic are through. But wow, what a finish from Jonathan Alves. Yeah, lots of smiles on that side of the mat. Very, very happy with their performances. I'm sure they only dropped 2 matches. Here's a look at it. Why don't you talk us through this, Brandon?
Well, it was the grip, just you mentioned it, these death grips that Alves has on the legs, taking that hook around the ankle. He ended up escaping that one. But this is the one that ultimately got him where he needed to be. And just the way he keeps that ankle hugged up tight to the body. And look at the look on Rizvanov's face.
Really, look at that. Just a straight up, like baseball bat style grip of just holding the lower leg. You don't see too many people use that.
Well, yes, the gripping with the hands, but really it's the connecting of his torso to the leg. That's what gives it such strength and such grip. He connects it to his torso, and then wherever his torso goes, that leg goes with it. Once the hip pressure comes in, that's a wrap. Alves looking sharp.
One more look at it right there. You see him adjust the grip, going from that kind of tucks it underneath the elbow, but it was already on. I mean, that was like a formality at that point. But hey, we have one more match coming. We have Henrique Ciccone versus Abdullayev Gadzimurad.
Coming up, last match in this evening, 91 kilos. Let me invite first to the red corner, Henrique Ciccone.
ADCC veteran, ADCC trials winner in South America, one of the strongest competitors, no-gi competitors based out of Brazil in this modern era. Henrique Ciccone, very, very strong, very, very physical.
Rival to the blue corner in the mat, Gadzimurad Abdullayev.
This is the final match between Acai Republic and Universal Fighters, and coming to the mat now, Gadzimurad Abdullayev.
Let me introduce sportsmen of this match. In the red corner, weight is 91 kilos. He's ADCC veteran, world no-gi champion, pan no-gi champion, Brazilian national no-gi champion, South America no-gi champion, and AIGA champion. He represents Club Sesoni Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Acai Republic team. He's from Criciúma, Santa Catarina, Brazil, Henrique Ciccone. His opponent in the blue corner, he's 27. His height 181 centimeters, his weight 91 kilos. He's the World Grappling Champion. He represents Universal Fighters team headed from Russia, Makhachkala. Make some noise, Gadzimurad Abdullayev. Who is the athlete's good luck referee in the mat? Damir Sadilov.
Okay, with introductions complete, it is now time for our 7th and final match in this series. Acai Republic versus Universal Fighters in the purple is Henrique Ciccone,
quick blast
victim
double.
of a big dump there from Gadzimurad Abdullayev of Universal Fighters. And Henrique Ciccone came out hard and came out aggressive. And Abdullayev just put him down with no ceremony whatsoever.
And look at this, same entry. That hand on the inside gonna save this leg attack though, almost certainly.
We did see some, Abdullayev victim to some leg attacks actually at the last edition, the quarterfinal. Got tapped by 2 inside heel hooks, I believe, or no, 1 inside heel hook, 1 rear naked choke in that edition. I'm sure Henrique Ciccone would have seen those matches and done his homework. And I feel a totally different energy from the Acai Republic corner now. They're singing, they were chanting earlier. A lot more jubilant, let's say, now knowing that they've made it through into tomorrow's final.
Well, they're still in the money. I'd be pretty happy too. Saccone threatened to sit up, going into this deep half. We've seen quite a bit of deep half here today.
Yeah, kind of surprising, right? It's not exactly like a super popular position these days.
It's still a good position, and you know, things go in cycles.
That's very true. Everything has its use at the right time.
Yeah.
But definitely there's certain fashions and trends, right? Cycles, as you say.
Saccone has been pretty active off the bottom. Doing a pretty good job digging through it, and again going into this deep half.
Oh.
Using it to invert to the leg. This is the same entry we saw from Dimitrikov.
Outside heel hook attempts.
Really nice follow though. Ends up on the other side of this ham sandwich trap.
I could hear the Acai Republic corner over there saying,
Totally fleeing the mat.
No kidding, right off the outside of, off the safety area, a couple feet down.
I wonder if they're going to penalize him. I mean, he literally ran and jumped off the mat.
I mean, penalized possibly, but did he have anywhere else to go? That's the thing. That's the thing.
Stay in the mat and stay in the fight. Running off the mat should definitely be a penalty. That's fleeing the fight.
Right.
Down 2-0 is Saccone. 2 minutes to go.
Oh, it was like a eye poke. Another one.
No, he's complaining about the finger.
Oh, I thought it was another eye poke.
No, he didn't. The gripping.
Okay, interesting. Those are some, they're not palm strikes as such, but they're aggressive posting on the head, let's say.
Yeah.
There's some force behind those, and Saccone doesn't shy away from them. Oh, that was a big snap there.
And he ends up pulling guard. That's going to count for 2 more for Gadzimurad.
You know what, though? Actually, no, they just
just
a penalty
penalized
for the
it.
pull because it was pulled with no contact. But he's going in for that very same leg attack from the deep half. There you can see him go straight to that. Last time, the corner, they said he felt the heel hook. They said he felt this outside heel hook. Loses it this time, tries to draw it back in.
Going to trade off to the 50-50 here. Leaving his own leg behind in the process, though. Got to be careful there.
He did leave that hanging. That heel was dangerously exposed there for a moment.
Saccone going to pass it across, loses the knee line. Nice job by Gadzimurad. Much better job navigating the leg entanglements than what we saw in his first edition this season of AIGA Champions League. Ends up on the top of the half guard. Saccone trying to dig into the deep half once again, but the crossface keeping him framed out of there for right now.
Time will expire, and that is 2-0 for Abdullayev. And you know, I feel like Saccone made a big mistake by letting himself get taken down like that in the early part of the rounds. But he was very much in it for the rest of it.
You know what I think, though? I think if he keeps going back to the well with that deep half guard to the leg entry on the opposite side, I think he's going to find some real estate there. Because he's had a couple of good looks with it, and Gadzamura has not really shown that he's going to be able to stop that with the way that he's passing. So Ciccone has made a couple of good, even there, that wasn't like his best work, but he still created a big elevation, got under the hips. Look at this. Deep half guard, boom, back to the other side.
This was the tighter of the heel hooks that he had.
That's
there.
pretty
Little knee
decent
bar
knee
pressure,
bar.
and then went to the outside heel hook. And that's the one, like I said, you could hear the Acai Republic corner basically said, oh, he felt that. Luckily, this is not a very high stage, so he didn't have a big fall, didn't get hurt. Here we go, second round.
Round 2.
Let's see how Ciccone, I was going to say, see how he approaches this. He's wanting to pull guard, but he's going to end up getting taken down instead.
Yeah, concedes 2. Very,
Going to have to
very
clear
early.
that head first. He should be able to clear the head from here.
If he gets that head out, that's 4 points, because that's a clean takedown.
Yeah, all the way around the corner. Past the guard, they give 2
No,
for
2.
it.
Interesting. I thought that would have been 4, but
I guess because he started in the guard and some semblance of the guard because of the choke.
fair. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, it was on our blind side, but it could have been like a half guard pass into the side control with that guillotine wrap.
So Ciccone taken down twice in the early part of each round so far. Gadzamura framing against the head, stopping that deep half entry. But you can see Ciccone definitely trying to make that play again.
I mean, the way that he's posting, framing on the neck like that, that really shuts down any ability for Ciccone to kind of shoot underneath and go back to that deep half like, you know, we saw him do multiple times in the first round, right?
Yeah, but it made it easy for him to get to the closed guard.
Right.
And so that's what he chooses to do, go with the path of least resistance, get to the closed guard. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Let's see what this closed guard work looks like. Trying to stand and run the knee up the middle. Ciccone doing a good job elevating his hips in response to that to stop that knee slice. Ciccone thought about getting back into his deep half again. Instead, ends up back in the closed guard. Here comes this knee slice now. A little more room this time. Now utilizing the first De La Riva to get under the legs.
Nice inversion, almost up to a sweep.
Pretty good attack on that sweep.
Oh, now he's managing to get on top. Can he keep Abdullayev down is the question.
That was good use. Oh, we got another britches malfunction out there.
Get reset back in that turtle position, I believe.
Good use of the leg lock to come up with a sweep attempt by Ciccone.
Oh, very quickly throwing in one hook, but he looks like he's kind of falling off the side a little bit.
He did a good job, though, of keeping the far side, like, control.
Oh, there he goes.
Uses
Two
it to
hooks.
climb.
2 hooks. Yeah, that's nice work from Ciccone there. I thought he was at risk of falling off, but he's hunting for the finish right here.
And he's a strong man. He doesn't even need great position right here. He could just wrap his arm anywhere under the nose and squeeze his way through a finish.
I would not be surprised if Acai Republic score a 5th submission out of 5 wins in this series. I really wouldn't. Ciccone playing patiently, though.
You know, beautiful.
Almost let him fall into the triangle, but decided to kind of let it go a little bit.
Howard, you remember when we were here last time, we saw two different Team Universal fighters.
We did.
On the first day, they lost their matchup. And on the second day, when they came out against Modolfo, they looked like a whole different team.
They made some serious adjustments. I'm not talking about personnel. I'm not talking about lineup. It was more a case of attitude, mentality, strategy.
It was about how do I want this or not? And I feel like we've seen that first version of Universal Fighters here in this matchup against Acai Republic.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation. I mean, they're going to return for the third place match tomorrow, and maybe we'll see that same change. But unfortunately, they won't be in a position to take any prize money. That's going to be split between the first and that's nice run out to the back here from Abdullayev.
Yeah, Ciccone's going to turtle up and just shield himself from getting scored on, though.
Yeah, easy to run out the clock at this point in the match, but
yeah, there's not even enough time to get a stalling call. So he's just going to hang on to this turtle and secure the 3-2 win in this round.
But yeah, it's a shame that Universal Fighters won't be in the running for a cash prize tomorrow, because there's you know, only going to be split between the first and second place. But they could come back tomorrow just as a matter of, you know, a point of principle, a matter of pride. They could come out hard, different, fast. Could very well look good against Battle Force. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a half guard. Not a half guard. It was kind of a weird little crisscross little ankle trap.
Yeah, like you said, call it the crisscross ankle trap guard. That's about the only name I've got for it, too. That's the barely holding on with my tiptoes guard, but it was enough to stop the 4-point.
Yeah, I'm surprised didn't get it. Surprised didn't get it.
That was a really nice play by Ciccone there.
You know what? There's something going on in the Acai Republic corner. The doctor is over there talking to them. He's taking a look at Ciccone. Ciccone was very slow getting back to his feet after that second round. It looks like he's maybe pointing at his ribs.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's breathing heavily. He looks to be no, it might be shoulder actually. I really don't know what's going on here, but yeah, okay, it looks like pretty ribs. But man, team captain Henrique Ciccone may have to retire.
And I heard the referee just now telling me he has 1 minute to decide if he's going to continue. Godson Murid walks over and just shakes his finger no.
All right, I'm not sure if Ciccone is going to continue. He's still on his knees talking to his team manager, Juliano Prado.
I mean, it matters for this match, but it's inconsequential to the actual
overall results,
team result.
Right,
yeah,
right. He's very slow getting back to his feet.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him
especially if he needs to compete tomorrow against Team Modolfo.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him bow out of this one.
I don't think they have a replacement 91 kilogram guy, so. Looks like he's going to go.
Okay.
Wow, that's rough. He's basically got 24 hours to rest and recover.
Final round.
And that rib, if it is a rib injury,
and
he comes out with an inside leg kick and then a handshake on the other side of it. He may have been looking to get DQ'd there, to be honest with you.
You think?
Yeah. Rather than bow out voluntarily, he might want to get DQ'd. They're taking a point from him.
It's a penalty, yeah. Man, Enrico Ciccone, there's something going on here, not just physically, but I think psychologically as well. Abdullayev is kind of in his head as well, I think. Not just, he hasn't just hurt him physically, he's got a bit of an edge here. Oh yeah, there's something seriously wrong. He's just tapped. He can't continue. Oh no, no, he hit. There's some weirdness going on right now. I don't know what's happening here.
I mean, he tapped him on the back.
Did he? Referee's calling a penalty now against Abdullayev. What is going on? I mean, he had a guard pass. What is happening here? Crazy scenes here in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Very strange.
Yeah, Saccone just moving backwards. Doing anything he can to stop the engagement.
Look how slow he is to get back into the center as well. Basically crawling on hands and knees, laboring his way back into the center of the mat. If I was Ruslan, if I was Gajumarad, I would just pour the pressure on at this point. I'd be like, yo.
Well, if that rib is bothering him that bad, he doesn't need to be trying to make these inversions for sure.
Right.
That's just going to aggravate it further.
Yeah, there are a few things more painful than a rib injury. They're debilitating at times. It's like somebody's sticking a knife in you.
Well, in the closed guard, too, I mean, when you crunch your body over to the side and use those obliques against an injured rib, so did he just give him a little jab to the ribs?
I mean, he's posting aggressively on those ribs, you know, and his head's kind of going down. I mean, if the guy's got problems with his torso, Abdullayev is electing to jam everything into that. So
I respect it.
It's a good squeeze there, good clinch from Saccone and bottom, but he's
just doesn't have the will, for whatever reason, either physically or psychologically, doesn't have the will to put that squeeze in that crunch.
Oh, look at that though, reverse armbar. He's got that straightened. Didn't adjust his hips though, basically tried to hold it from bottom without creating an angle.
Getting his face grinded on right now.
There it is again, though. Abdullayev's going to have to be careful here. Oof. This is a physical match. The pace is definitely slowed, but it's kind of intense still.
Going to this straight arm again.
Hand in the face is a defense. It's not the most technical of escapes, but
seems to be working, though. Saccone really just holding on for dear life, to be honest with you. Trying to find a way to not quit.
Yeah, I feel like really it's just a matter of survival now at this point. He's not even attacking. He's, you know, he's holding on to some things. Maybe there is some intent behind these reverse armbars from bottom, but he's not taking the necessary steps to finish it. It's more a case of I'm just going to hold on for a bit. But
yeah, if he wants to actually use it to sweep or finish the arm lock, he probably needs to get one of those butterfly hooks in so that he can extend the body.
At least a foot on the hip to create an angle.
Trying to do it from closed guard. Not that it can't be done.
Oh,
it definitely can.
Definitely can.
But in no gi with so much, with the lack of friction, it's going to be very hard. What he could do, though, is try to use that exposure of that straight arm to try to expose the straight arm lock on the opposite arm from the closed guard. And that does yield good results a lot of times. So if he can get this one extended, get that other arm coming out straight to try to defend it, that might be a good chance for him to switch his hips, catch the arm lock on Gazimurad's left arm. So using this one to cut the angle and expose the other one, or even the triangle, but be careful reaching back like that.
Abdullayev is literally talking to his corner while in that kind of perilous position. they keep saying something to him in Russian. He's like, he has an answer a couple times now. He said to them, like, yeah, I'm in the armbar. I don't know.
What do you want me to do?
Okay, there. See, now that's better. That's what he needs to do. He needs to create the angle, throw the leg up on top. Oh.
Tried to turn it into an omoplata.
Didn't rotate his hips over. But hey, that is 5 matches in the bag for Acai Republic now. Oh no, I'm sorry. Is it? No, wait.
Yeah, that's it. That was the last one. And the chant of Acai coming out of the corner.
Yeah. But Abdullayev takes the win in this one, I think, on points, right? Because he scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second.
He got outscored in the second 3-2.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I got a terrible short-term memory. So it's actually a draw. It's a go to a decision because this round is a draw. So it's 1 round apiece, and then this round is a draw. So it's going to go to a decision.
And now, forgive me, I actually don't know this, but if it goes to that final round where it's a draw, does it go to the guy who scored the most cumulative points?
No.
Okay, tell me.
It is based on judges' assessments of who
the
tried
third
to
round
finish
itself.
No, I think total.
Okay.
Total match, I believe. I think it's not like there is a specific tiebreaker. It's like the judges will talk about who deserves it more based on the overall performance.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but that's my understanding.
I trust you.
I'll be honest, Brandon, you know what? There's a lot of stuff that gets lost in translation when you're so far from home.
Yeah.
And as hospitable and as amazing as the Kazakh people are, unfortunately, once in a while there's a little bit of communication problems. But hopefully, well, this is how we find out.
Listen, I'm from Alabama. I have a tough enough time speaking English.
What?
Yeah. That's it. That's what I find myself saying a lot.
Huh? Here we go, official decision.
This fight lasted for all 3 rounds, won by decision of the judges. Fighter from blue corner, Kachimurat Abdullayev.
Yeah, no big.
Meanwhile, the winning team enters the arena.
And Ciccone
Team
throwing his hands up in